right, so I'm here right now, and sorry about that long extended period of silence there. I'm just trying to see what's really going on. I know this is kind of a total surprise thing, but hey, who doesn't like surprises, right? I don't. Shut up. Just alerting the Discord, folks. Because why not do that, right? That's what we call a laugh, ladies and gentlemen, but only by somebody who is, oh, what's the proper word for it? Insane. Oh, we got 3 people here. Hello, David Alvarez. It might be late where you are, but right now, over here, it's not as late. I do have some writing I need to get done, but, well, that doesn't necessarily have a deadline, because since I'm the one writing it, I'm the one who gets to choose when it comes out. Oh, crap, you guys don't know about that yet. And you won't yet, either. Hey, Drew Bell, good to see you again. Been a long time. Let's see, nothing else is really going on here. I have not seen Joker 2019. Tomorrow, we have a brand new video coming up. It's Good Sports Gang Episode 2. My most requested review ever, even though I said I was already going to do it. But you know what? I'm still fine with those requests because, you know, I see the support there. Of course, I don't really take requests unless they're the Patreon raffle winner, which I suggest you guys go vote if you actually have, you know, or go support. You know what I'm trying to say. That's the way to get good Media Mementos content going. Then on Saturday, we have a bonus video, top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Then the next ones after that is our review of Happy Hour. Happy Hour is one of those lost media shows that I came across. And it's atrocious. It's legitimately right up there with Family Guy. It's one of the worst shows I have ever seen in my entire life. If you want some good old acid spitting fire at a very terrible show, you're going to love it. Because that thing is just abominable. It's like a whole new level of atrocious. Ugh. I don't want to say too much though, because that's what the whole video is for, you know? And if I just say it all right now, then there won't be any fun. Hello, Josiah, how are you doing? Yeah, that would be kind of cool if the Lost Media Pilots did get me some recognition, Drew Bell. That would be kind of cool. Although nobody's ever heard of, say, Vanished, Happy Hour, The Winner, or stuff like that. The only one of them that people have heard of was Till Death, but Till Death was its own bit of problems there. I think, without giving too much away, I think we have a new contender for most mistreated show ever, right up there with Robot Jones and OKKO and Alf. Well, actually, Alf deserved it, which is another thing I want to do. TV Trash inspired me to do that one, because if you actually look at the history of Alf, it's really messed up. The guy who played Alf and created the show, Paul Fusco, was borderline insane. He pretty much thought Alf was alive and a real person. The dad, the guy who played the dad, that is, had a lot of interesting things going on in his personal life. And the whole show got screwed over because they were supposed to have a 2-part finale, so they ended it on a big cliffhanger, but they never got to resolve that until a TV movie came out like 6 years later. But for a while, the real show just ended with Alf pretty much getting killed. That's why you never do business with NBC, kids. They'll get you in the end. They'll always get you in the end. Until Death had a bit of a similar history to, say, Robot Jones or all that. But think about, because I don't know if you guys have heard the story of Robot Jones. I actually got to get to that one too. But that one was on Wishlist Week. But as I said in that one, I have a lot of plans to talk about other shows like that. So, yeah, I don't want to ruin those plans. But Till Death was basically tortured throughout its entire life. How? Well, you'll just have to see. Till Death, I'm thinking, will be the last one I cover of the Lost Media, though, because it's the only one that lasted longer than 13 episodes. Which, when you know about shows that last 13 episodes, they're either really good or really bad. More often than not, the latter. Oh yeah, the guy who played the Father Ralph did die. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, Bible Man. You and I were having a good talk about that. Oh boy, I want to talk about Bible Man, but something just happened. All the episodes vanished off online. I think they're starting to copyright claim Bible Man again. The only things I could find were super old clips or a couple music videos that were posted by the original artists. More specifically, I Want to Be Famous, sung by a guy whose name I don't remember, but I do know his last name is like Smemby, which, no, he's not the brother of Gumby, but he is a pretty good singer. I recommend you guys check him out. He's an alternative Christian rock artist. Normally, Christian rock's not really my thing, but you know what? I like him. I don't really watch Good Mythical Morning. I watch it pretty much annually, like 1 or 2 videos every year, it seems. That's not really something I try to do. It's just something that happens. I don't dislike their content. It's just not really my thing. But you know, if I had to watch it, I really wouldn't mind if someone around me wanted to. It wouldn't be so bad. I don't know what My Hero Academia is. Honestly, I don't. And tonight were the governor elections. If you ever hear something about like blue wave or something going on tonight, Virginia, maybe, because that state's looking a little weird. But Kentucky is weird. It's like Georgia or West Virginia where it only elects blue governors, like how Vermont and Massachusetts like to elect red ones, despite the fact they're blue. It's a long, complicated thing that combined with Bevin being really unpopular, it's a whole other spiel. Bottom line is, it's ugly, but this was expected. I had to do this stuff for my job. I'm sorry. All right, so I know I said I would never do stream on Workday again, but I have to tell you guys what happened today at work. It was unbelievable. So I pretty much got sent to a bomb ghetto today. That was something. So I have to do door-to-door canvassing and polling and seeing how a lot of the electorate feels about certain issues and subjects, etc. So I was the only staffer there, save for the really higher ups. So they rewarded me by giving me what was apparently a high demand district, but I thought high demand meant a lot of people wanted to work in this district, but high demand really meant high demand to get out of there. That place is one of the scariest places I have ever been in my life. There's homeless people crawling around everywhere. Like all the houses were falling apart, and one of them was just straight up blown up. It was missing. If I could put like images in here, I would, but I've taken pictures to prove it. I will actually post them on Discord right now. And just show you that one of the houses I was assigned to go knock on was just straight up gone. It was just a pit of dirt. And like I said, the homeless people there, they were approaching me. The houses just looked destroyed. Everything had gates and bars, and it just looked scary. My boss actually came by to check up and pick me up. And he looked at that, because, we carpool. And he looked at that and he said, yeah, we're never bringing anyone back to this district. It's not safe here. But hey, guess that's just what you got to do in my field, right? You got to risk getting blown up in the bomb ghetto. But hey, a lot of Phoenix is like that, Makes me wish I was back in Texas. I mean, not knocking Arizona. Phoenix is very nice, just not that part. That part's not nice. Although, to be fair, there are bad parts of Austin, too. Like, you know what I mean. But yeah, let's hope next time at work it's a little bit better. Also, this is kind of a random note, but I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately. Most of it holds up, although I have realized I hate Elaine. Elaine sucks. No, I'm not excited for HBO Max. I don't really do streaming. Now that bum ghetto story. Hope you enjoyed that because, I'm not really supposed to talk about what goes on in work, but because that doesn't give away any key information, that's, you gotta know, right? Like there's some places around there they're gonna send you to that aren't very nice. I just thought they had people to do that for us. We're living in a society. Yeah, George is my favorite. Absolutely. I've seen Pulp Fiction. I do really like it. By the way, I rewatched Adam's Family Values recently. Oh, since he posted another George quote, I gotta know the other one. If it was a regular salad, I wouldn't have said anything. But you just had to have the big salad. But I was watching Adam's Family Values recently instead of, the 2019 version because I'm cheap and I don't like paying for stuff. Dang, that movie's still good. Cusack especially. Christopher Lloyd, although also really good. I swear, like the only, as far as I know, because I haven't seen the new one, the only bad Addams Family thing is that Addams Family remake, the new Addams Family. That was just, I don't know what that was. It wasn't super bad, but it wasn't great either. I think next Halloween for Meet and Mementos, I'm going to talk about Addams Family. This time it was Making Fiends, though. And Making Fiends is still doing really well. I'm at like 229 or something because of that video. That Ward Girl, I guess. And Mike TV's also been getting it's been getting a lot of pull, not necessarily a lot of subscribers, because I guess all three of those franchises have some kind of secret underground fan base going on or something. And I never knew that it did. I have heard of Duckman, and I haven't seen it though. And I have seen the Addams Family musical, and it's pretty good. At least it's not that Addams Family. Actually, no, I take it back. The only bad Addams Family thing was the first cartoon, not the one from the 90s. That one was actually pretty good. I'm talking about that Hanna-Barbera one that came out in the 70s. That one was. It didn't even have the theme song correctly. I mean, if you make an Addams Family thing without the theme song, you're doing something wrong. Aside from the original comics, because you can't put music in comics. I've heard of Reanimated. It's not good. Watch TV Trash's review on it. He brings up a really interesting theory about why that thing was even made. Yeah, I heard about that Virginia Senate. Well, here's the thing about Virginia. Not only do the cities start controlling everything now, but Virginia, although it's a swing state when it comes to national politics, state level, it's always Democrat. With the exception of electing a couple Republican officials from 2005 to 2014, I believe, it's always been controlled by Democrats, like what West Virginia is. They can't even really elect a Republican governor. They have to elect a Democrat who turns Republican. But that's my piece on that. I know you guys haven't come here for that. You come for pretty much literally anything else. I just can't help it. That's my major. That's my job. Because this isn't actually my job as much as I wish it was. That would be cool. So, no, sorry, random kid that keeps following me on Discord whose name I can't remember. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. What was his name again? Leon? Something? I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. let's see. Oh yeah, Liam. That was his name. Yeah, I hope you don't blame me for not remembering. I don't consider that kind of stuff worth remembering, especially when I got so many other things going on. You know. Alrighty. Oh, I saw a question up here. I forgot to answer that. My bad. How was my Halloween? Very uneventful, actually. I didn't really celebrate it. There was a Halloween party, which. Okay, so this is the only thing that was really eventful, I guess. I had a costume all set up. It was a Quirrell from Harry Potter, because, Quirrell is one of my favorite characters. I know that's really weird because he doesn't do anything, but Professor Quirrell is very underrated. Oh, goodbye, David. So I had everything all set up, and I even custom ordered custom ordered a version of his turban. But when it came, it looked like trash. So I couldn't do that. So I had to ditch the whole Quirrell thing, and I'm going to do that for next year's Halloween party for work. Which I was surprised we even had one. So I used a backup costume instead, and while that one wasn't as good, because I just kind of had to throw that one together, I thought it was serviceable enough. Although I did return that turban, and I'm going to be getting a new one though. After all, they owe that to me. It was expensive, and it normally looks better than that from what the customer reviews have said. And no, I'm not a Muslim or a Hindu. I'm a Christian, as we know. It's either that or I gotta get a surgically implant another face on the back of my head. And when you just get down to it, putting a turban on is a lot cheaper, a lot less painful, and a lot less permanent. So you gotta go the turban route. Besides, I've worn turbans before. By the way, while this stream is going on, I am relaxing by playing a game of Whacked! And if you guys haven't, which I doubt that you haven't, because that is one of my most popular videos, check out the video on Whacked. Right now, I'm playing as Charity. I wish that this still offered Xbox Live, but it doesn't. Oh well, I guess we will have to co-op when you find me out there in real life, and then force me to be your friend. I would like to see Whack get remastered too. Presto Studios is out of the picture, of course, but someone's got to own the IP, right? Or maybe they don't. Maybe it just did disappear. Because I know the game didn't do well at all. I do like Charity. Charity is probably my second favorite character, but Lucky is my total favorite. And maybe this takes a stand on my personality or something, but this is a super hot take for the ultra minuscule Whacked fandom, but I don't like Lucy. She's the only one of the 6 I don't like. Because the only real thing about her is, ooh, she's naked, and then, I don't really care, so she doesn't really have any jokes or personality. That she's kind of the one weak link. Even Otto, who his whole joke is that he doesn't do anything, is that the chair that you're really playing as, he's at least engaging, because the chair has its own personality you have to decipher. Although if it wasn't for the chair, Otto would pretty much be just nothing. Ugh, Wemmix. Don't remind me. I don't know what Hazbin Hotel is. I have seen La La Land. It's pretty good. Definitely should have won the Oscar that year. What is going on out there? I think my roommate's like cooking something, but wow. I guess like the lobsters are cooking aren't really turning out so well. I think they're trying to fight back, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to know something crazy? My Making Fiends video just got copyrighted, not by Nickelodeon, but by the people who made the Mr. Men show because I used the theme song in there without the audio, just the visuals. So it's getting copyrighted. I'm not fighting it right now because I don't have monetization on this as of yet. That's why I love Patreon. Plug, 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 plug. But you know that's just kind of stupid, right? I mean, I use most of the theme song, but none of the audio, and I'm talking over it. Putting new context on it being transformative, as they say. Yeah, but it's kind of funny though that like if Nickelodeon copyright claimed me or like copyright whatever ID or whatever it is, I don't know. But I wouldn't be so mad. But the fact that they didn't is kind of sad. Again, Making Fiends is still really popular and everyone seemed to really love it. But all the episodes are free on YouTube and they don't care. That's just sad. And if they don't care that much at all, maybe Amy Winfrey really could just go back to making some Making Fiends episodes. I don't know. It's all just bureaucracy, I tell you. Which is the worst type of government. All right, to be fair, I couldn't see why Hasbro got your video because you did play the full thing with audio. Although, that's not saying I agree with them. I'm just saying I see where they're coming from. But still, I definitely am on your side. That was transformative. It was a critique and definitely added a different meaning and context to the whole thing. Also, I'm sorry I couldn't get through that video mostly because what you were watching was just so bizarre. You made me watch it once and I'm not going to watch that again. Yeah, I win. I won. No, sorry. I need to do it like CDI Link. I won! Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Korodai. It is written only Link can defeat Ganon. Oh, how does it get worse? Oh yeah, just you wait till tomorrow, guys. And actually, after the review comes up, the episode will be on the TAS Productions channel. Now, ain't that going to be fun? Wow, that is bad. Part 2 has only got a screenshot, nothing else. You think that now that Friendship is Magic is over, they're going to stop being so copyright heavy on it? I put my kid, they're always going to do that. No, I haven't seen the finale. I haven't seen any bit since I did that TV Talks, was it 2 years ago? I still stand by it was a fairly decent show, just not my thing at all. I don't have much time to do stuff with all the like writing I'm doing and media mementos and especially work, climbing up that corporate ladder and whatnot. So whatever I do have time for, it's got to be something I really like the first few, like, what am I saying? Yeah, the first few seasons of The Simpsons, seasons 1 through 15. All right, so that is not really the first few, but that is the first half. And it's going to be the first few now that 31 has been confirmed. Just stop it already. No one watches anymore. It's not even any good. Yeah, but like stuff like that drawn together minus the movie and third season. Dave the Barbarian, of course. VeggieTales. No. I also like to say something here. It was really funny, irritating, but also funny that even though I've said like no more of that show, I'm done, I'm not watching it. Don't ask me about. I don't even know the name of the new episode that came out. Christmas episode number 81642. Like don't ask me about that. I'm not going to watch it. Like still, a couple people still ask me what my opinions are on certain episodes, including that one. I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks that that's a little unreasonable? Or is that just me? Let's check up on Mississippi right here. Oh, okay. Looks like Tate Reeves is still quite ahead. Kentucky's probably going to go to a recount, though. This is ugly. It's about 4,000 votes separating the two. Not pretty. All right. You know, I really am just happier on this channel. It's a lot more fun here. You know, a lot of the toxic fans aren't here anymore, and just overall happier. I mean, I don't have a ton of time to do stuff, but when I do, I'm starting to actually appreciate the editing. Granted, I would still definitely want to delegate the editing, so I don't have to take a lot of time out of my week to do stuff like that. I could just record more or write more for an upcoming thing I've been trying or all that sort of stuff. But, you know, I'm starting to learn to like it. I'm learning a couple tricks of the trade, so to speak. Overall, it's been a really positive experience. I'm getting a lot of support from you guys, even the ones that don't really necessarily interest you. At least you guys still give it a chance. Yeah, the Good Sports Gang one has definitely dwarfed the others in views and reviews, actually. But other than that, yeah, there are some that do a little better than others, but none of them have outright done terribly. The only ones that aren't really doing as hot were the ones that were already on the TAS Productions channel, so the very lucrative first-time viewer market has kind of already been soaked up. But even still, they're not doing terribly at all. They're still doing really well. And the first one, Baby Blues Brilliant or Betrayal, as rough as that one might have been, given the mic issues and all that, the new one coming out, Baby Blues Season 2, whatever happened to it, or whatever I called it, that definitely gave it a big old bump. I'm happy. I still remember making that one, too. Because I took that hiatus because I needed a little bit of a break to get used to work and clear my head and all that. So I just decided if I'm going to come back, I'm going to come back in a big way. I'm going to make a big old splash. I did, and people seem to like it. And then the rest was history. And yes, VeggieTales Abridged episode, whatever we're on now, is still in production and it's going quite smoothly. There we go. There's the obligatory update. I have heard of Mr. Enter's new Nickelodeon series, and now that Pygay Rules is stuck with every episode of SpongeBob reviewed, I'm definitely going to be considering that my most anticipated Nickelodeon set of videos. I was going to say something. Just totally lost my train of thought here. Dinkelberg. Actually, that's exactly what it is. Fairly Odd Parents. I did that Crocker video lately because I lost a bet. You see, I bet that the Houston Astros were going to win again because, you know, I like to root for a home team. I'm a Rangers guy, but, you know, Astros are still Texas. Even though Rangers are my team, they aren't the best. Hey, it could be worse. It could be the Mariners, right? Where they are the only MLB team to have never won the World Series, and they never will because they're just terrible. Yes, I'm a baseball fan, but I bet that the Astros were going to win, and they didn't. So I had to do a 10-minute Let's Play of Off-Road Super Racing starring the notorious
The old fifth grade teacher, Denzel Crocker, who's always after Timmy Turner and his fairy godparents!
And it went over really, really well. So much so that we might make it a semi-frequent thing. Who knows? I've not seen Watchmen. I've read a small piece of it, but if you asked Matt, he could tell you anything about Watchmen you wanted to know. The guy knew everything about every comic character except Spawn, which is the only one that I've read more than one issue of. If you don't count the Sonic comics, because I read those a lot when I was a kid. I wanted to make a video off those comics, but there just wasn't enough to go off of. Not enough interesting tales for the production, you know? Oh, dang it. I just walked off that cliff. Not in real life. In the game, I want to clarify that. Remember, if you commit suicide, you die. See? Now, who says my videos aren't educational? I don't think anyone's ever said that, actually. So never mind. Disregard that. I have not seen Rocket Man. My great aunt has, and she actually. Okay, so my mom and my great aunt have. One of them really liked it, one of them didn't. I can't remember, but it's not really my thing. The only movie I really remember seeing recently was It Chapter 2. I really liked It Chapter 2. Not as much as Chapter 1, but I didn't think it was a good movie. Weirdly enough, though, it wasn't really a horror movie. The only really quote-unquote scary parts are the parts I can't say because of spoilers. So there's not much to that, but the final fight with the spider demon, that was more of like an action movie thing. And it's I'm not trying to knock it, saying that it tried to be scary and it failed. No, I don't think it was trying to be scary. I thought it was just trying to be a regular story. Although, to be fair, I wasn't scared by really anything in the first one. The storm drain scene, as many people have said, was very unsettling. Just how graphic it was, and the scream was so real. But apparently, as soon as the camera went off, the kid was like laughing and having a good time. So there is that little bit of solace there. Oh, I am beyond happy that Modern Family is ending. Because guess what? The new season sucks again. If you don't remember, seasons 1 through 5 were fantastic. Although 5 did get bogged down by Andy. Andy sucked. 6, 7, and 8 were just horrible. 9 was pretty decent. 10 was really good again. And 11 sucks again. There's one where Mitch and Cam have a polyamorous relationship with a refrigerator. I get that it's going to be funny for, say, something like The Simpsons or Family Guy even. But the thing about Modern Family is that it's supposed to be realistic. So we're going from Jay and Gloria helping Manny come to terms with his target height, so to speak, or Phil worrying about how Luke doesn't really have any potential, to Mitch and Cam falling in love with a refrigerator, or Alex getting a job in the Arctic Circle and getting entangled with a Russian transplant. Like, what kind of stories are these? These aren't Modern Family. In fact, when it's all over, which it'll probably be this summer, I don't care about the copyright. I'm going to straight up do a video called What Derailed Modern Family, where I go through season by season and talk about what exactly went wrong with that show. Because let me tell you, it was a lot. When you get down to it really in short, the reason why it went downhill was because it betrayed what it actually was. The show's called Modern Family. Starting in the 6th season, the family was never the focus. It was only about the adults. Yes, it's because the kids grew older, but still, Luke, Alex, Haley, Manny, even Lily, and unfortunately also Calhoun, and I guess Joe, he's there too. They all still live in their houses with their family. When they're adults, they can do more adult situations, but they never took advantage of that. And even when they did, it was ridiculous. I'm trying to think of an example here. Well, for one, anything with Andy was just embarrassing. I love the actor, whoever his name is, I totally can't remember. But the character of Andy was just a bore. And you could definitely tell that Andy was supposed to be the one that Haley got married to, but the guy had better offers, so he left, and they just cut the storyline short and gave it an abrupt, unsatisfying ending. I haven't seen any confirmation, but you would have to try very hard to convince me otherwise. Also, they took a lot of the focus off the family by adding a bunch of new characters like the LaFontaines, the hillbilly pot-smoking family, or what was it? All of Haley's interchangeable new boyfriend of the seasons. And then when they introduce them, they just disappear after the next season because everyone hated them so much. They did this too when they booked Kevin Hart for a couple episodes, although my theory is that for that one, Kevin Hart was a rising star at the time. Like what happened to Andy's actor, he just got a lot of good offers. And now Kevin Hart was in Captain Underpants, Jumanji, and look at him. He's great. So that's my little tirade against Modern Family. That's a little bit of a preview coming up for that video. Hope you guys get excited. I have seen the middle, actually. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I want to like it so much, especially because it's Mom and Dad's favorite show. Oh, one of them at least. I guess I can't say it still is. It was, because that show's over. I just never got in. I couldn't. I tried. I've seen like 2 seasons worth, and I just couldn't do it. Not saying it's a bad show. No, not at all. I'm just saying I just couldn't get into it. Kind of like with Steven Universe, where I just can't get into it, but I'm not ready to outright say it's a bad show. Although the more I learn about it, the less I respect it as a show. Not because of any political reason, but because of how it's made without really any scripts or forethought. It's kind of like what Five Nights at Freddy's was, where the guy was just making it up on the spot, and everyone was billing it as some kind of high art. Speaking of art, the art's always sloppy and messed up, and I just don't care for the characters, honestly. If you like it and you like the message it's pushing, fine. I'm not saying anything about the message because honestly, I haven't seen any of the episodes where they really talk about the message. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I really know about it, because I don't. I've had it explained to me, but you really don't know it until you see it, right? That's my kind of philosophy. Well, that was a long-winded thing right there, now wasn't it? Spider-Verse 2 is coming out. Yep, I might see it. I thought the first one was pretty good. Not as great as everyone said, though. Just pretty good. Let's see here. I don't know what the lighthouse is. Sorry. Wasn't I gonna say something else here? I don't remember. All right, so I just got a text from my boss here saying pretty much congratulations for sticking with it today. Yeah, I'm glad I get some clout here. I earned it. Yes, applaud for me because I got the credit. I don't even know why they even bothered going in there, really. I guess maybe it's because it was a don't vote district, because a lot of more rural income families, they tend to not really get out there, so I guess I had to do that. But I hate to sound like an elitist, but don't we have people for that?
Hiya, Georgie.
Oh, Lucy blew me up. I have seen the It miniseries. I actually watched it. I watched the It miniseries, then It Chapter 1, then It Chapter 2. The It miniseries is not very good. It's not bad. But, okay, the second half was good. I liked the second half. But the first half was just too toned down. It couldn't really get the story across. I couldn't take Tim Curry seriously either. He's just a joke. And I think that's because it was on TV, so they couldn't get away with anything. The only thing I really took seriously was Henry Bowers. But it's not because he was as monstrous as he was in the book or in the miniseries. It was because he's Henry Bowers. He's just a jerk with no soul. Even the miniseries was able to get across that, although we didn't get to see him do hand things with one of his friends. Didn't talk about how his associates murdered cats and stored them in refrigerators, or how he was going to cut Ben Hanscom with a knife. We didn't get to see any of that. I can't believe ABC just wouldn't go for that. Really, I'm surprised. I have not seen any Studio Ghibli thing. Like, I'm not saying, again, not saying Studio Ghibli is bad. It's just, it's not my thing. I'm not really an anime guy. There's a lot of good anime movies out there. I know that. It's just, again, it's not for me. I just got a lot of other stuff I gotta watch and want to watch, and anime movies just aren't one of those things. Wow, I threaded the needle on that one. I wish I could stream gameplay here, but I don't have any capture software for that. So yes, board games was used on mostly emulators. And if you guys would ever like to see another Denzel Crocker thing, let me know. I'm taking suggestions for games. Although I might actually do a little surprise thing for it with another character, because it was Alfonso's birthday recently, and it wouldn't hurt to throw a little something his way, right? Let him pick a character. Although mostly,
it will be Denzel Crocker. As always, Paris!
If I thought about making a movie in my future, it'd be kind of nice. Probably be something about presidents, of course. I always thought, as much as I hated my old school, I always thought the superintendent would have made a good President Harding. He had the same voice, he looked a lot like him, and he was unscrupulous like him. I joke. Harding wasn't unscrupulous if you look at the records, actually. It turns out that it was more of his cabinet. Harding really was not complacent. And then when he found out that Albert Fall was, in fact, going to do something like the Teapot Tilton scandal, he threatened to fire him. And when he had a lot of his aides do corrupt work, he actually ended up firing them then too. Ha! Defense for President Harding. Hashtag defend the 29th. Actually, no, he was the 20th. So hashtag defend the 20th. Defend the 29th. Who even is that? No, that is him. Okay, our 20th would have been James Garfield. I'm just all frazzled today. I blame the bomb ghetto. If you don't know, I get the term bomb ghetto from JonTron. Where he does Wally Bear and the No Gang. He's like, oh, you can find Uncle Gary Grizzly's house as soon as you get past what's it called, the bomb ghetto? Yeah, you'll find it. And it really did look like a bomb area. It was just destroyed. 2020 is going to be a fun year if you know what's going on there. With no Democrat being so popular, things aren't looking good for them. O'Rourke is gone, thankfully. I mean, Democrats and Republicans didn't like him, so that's not a partisan statement. He was just a joke. But Elizabeth Warren is tanking in the polls now that her $13 trillion Medicare plan was revealed. We don't even have that much. With that, we could pay off a huge chunk of our national debt. Buttigieg is seen as too extremist, and he's censoring a lot of folks on the internet, which that doesn't play well at all. Biden is Biden. He just says horribly racist things like poor people are just as good as white people. Or when he's in Iowa, he says it's great to be in Ohio. Good old Joe. That's not to say the president is squeaky clean either. No, no, no. I mean, have you looked at his Twitter? That's all I can say about that. Oh, Loving Too Much Iowa. I think he disappeared again, Loving Too Much Iowa. He's not posting any of his stories once again. Although he is active on Twitter and he is harassing people on there, including the governor of Iowa, Kim Reynolds. Yeah, he's actually been tweeting at her like constantly, and apparently he got blocked. So I don't know if that's true though. That is just speculation, but he has stopped contacting her. Please don't tell him where my Twitter is. He'll be after me. He's already found where Alfonso's is, and he's not living him alone. Oh, Tate Reeves wins. Tate Reeves is now officially the governor of Mississippi. As expected, Jim Hood wasn't going to cut it. Wait, well, what's this? Hold on a moment. What do you mean, Republican or Democrat? You need to use like other things and nouns, man. Oh, the new governor of Mississippi is a Republican. He is the lieutenant governor. Well, now he's the governor. They always said this one was competitive, but I didn't see that. Now Kentucky, that one was ugly, and that's not over yet, folks. Also, a random thing here, I found the guy who played the Prince of Pride in Bible Man on Twitter. He hasn't been active in a while, but I kind of want to reach out to him and see what he's doing. Maybe he has some insight on Bible Man, too. Because I want to see if I can contact somebody in Bible Man so I can have some like quotes and stuff to use. See, I don't have too much longer here. I got to get going. I got other stuff to do, but you guys got anything to say before we pack it in? I have not seen How I Met Your Mother, though. Oh, and Jim Hood lost his seat. Wow. Jim Hood was the one who ran against Tate Reeves, and he was the Attorney General. Now he's not. But, oh, folks, elections aren't over. We got another one next week. It's Eddie Rispone versus John Bel Edwards in Louisiana. You better believe I'm all over that one. Favorite podcast? The only one I really listen to is Pie Guy Rules is Recast. This Cartoon Network Invaded one's pretty interesting. I suggest you guys check it out. All right, thanks for watching, folks. I got to get on going. I guess now they're blending something. There's that. All right. I don't remember how to turn this thing off, though. Oh, there we go. All right. See you guys around.